Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We do that in an audio format. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, comment below, all that good stuff, and let us know if there's a topic you'd like to see covered that hasn't been. There are over almost 1,100 audios for your listening pleasure, and we continue to add to those as often as we can. If you're looking for coaching, life, relationship, business, habit change, or anything in between, would love to be of service to you in that way. Please feel free to contact. There's a couple ways to do that at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way, we'll get you in touch with a member of my team or with me, and we can go from there, make 2020, the remainder of 2021, a couple of weeks, and in 2022 and beyond, really good for you. What do children need from parents? The first thing they need is the knowledge that they are liked, regardless of what they do. Children need security, and that's actually one of the most important things that children can get. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay in something that's negative. It doesn't mean they can't handle change, but children need, deserve, and desire to know the changes that are coming to the best of the ability of parents and caregivers. And so when a child doesn't have security, it's the most damaging thing you can do to them in some ways to not provide some level of emotional, mental, and ultimately physical and emotional security. No, sometimes it gets to a place where you can't provide that to the level you'd want to, but at the same time, the inability to provide it doesn't mean you shouldn't try to regain balance as quickly and efficiently as possible in that way. Next thing is children need to know that they are unique, that they're special, that they're one of a kind, that they matter in comparison to the world. When we compare children to siblings, friends, other kids in a school environment, whatever have you, it actually creates a lot of stress for the child because they're wondering if they're ever going to be enough. And that's where a lot of self-esteem, emotional esteem issues come from, is the misnomer that they have to be like someone else, that they have to be something other than what they've already been. And ultimately that creates a lot of challenges and problems for many kids in a variety of ways. The next thing is know that they're loved regardless of their behavior. Now, obviously, we don't want to encourage bad behavior, but love is not something that should be behaviorally determinant. Love instead is a choice first and an emotion second, and it should be constant and needs to be constant for the mental and emotional health of a child. So, you can certainly say, I love you when they do something well, but I still love you matters when they are, struggling with behavioral challenges and issues. Next thing is they need to know that they're part of a team, that the world is a community, and that there are people with whom they will disagree, with whom they will have hardships, with whom they will have differences of opinion, but that they're part of a team that needs them to be active, that needs them to be aware, that needs them to be a participant in the world. Isolationism is one of the most damaging things that kids can go through because it creates this us versus them mentality. And so, um, at the end of the day, kids need to know that they are part of a team, that their opinion matters, that they are listened to and heard. And listened to and heard doesn't always mean agreement. And a lot of parents make that mistake, especially now in a much softer world than previously. Listened to and heard doesn't mean you can't disagree. It just means that when you disagree, you do so respectfully, honorably, and if you need to agree to disagree, doing that as well is important. And the last thing is that they can teach you things just as you can teach them things. If you want to empower a child, teach them that you're willing to learn from them. Teach them that they have knowledge that you need just as much as you have knowledge that they need. When children feel like they can teach, when children feel like they can lead, it becomes significantly easier to keep a certain level of connection, a certain level of commitment, a certain level of health and wellness, and overall goodness in relationship with them. And that can be challenging for a number of reasons, but it's not necessarily something that we need to truly worry about in the long term if we're connecting and communicating in a way that's mutually beneficial. So hopefully this is helpful for anyone who needs the assistance. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.